Well, hello again. Pappy Nose here. God is real, ain't he? I mean, isn't that a fair enough question? I've talked about before, my channel is for those who may not even be on the path yet, or just started on the path, or halfway down the path, or a long way down the path. Doesn't matter. I'm here to talk to every one of you. You know, when I was a kid, those of you my age, especially if you're guys, probably some of you gals too, you'll remember that we had Saturday morning cartoons and we had the Super Friends and Thundar the Barbarian and I don't know, all this that kind of sci-fi superhero kind of stuff. I really kind of got into some of that stuff when I was a kid. And after I was a bigger kid, I grew up a little bit. Then, you know, uh, I got older and you'd hear people talking about ghosts and things like that, and I'm like, well, is that real? Is that not real? What is all that? And it seemed easier to believe in a ghost that somebody was talking about was haunting a house than it was to believe that God was actually real when I was younger. It's embarrassing now to say, but I'm told you I'm going to tell you the truth here. So then here we go. Even though I never saw one, I never saw anything that even remotely looked like a ghost. But yet, people would talk about it, and I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. And then I look back, on my thoughts with God. Um, they were kind of, all that was kind of in the same realm to me when I was younger. You had superheroes, you had supernatural, you had all that stuff, including God. It just all felt like it fit in the same kind of, again, I'm ashamed to say it, but it felt like it fit in the same category, so to speak. And I think part of it was for me, and again, I can only speak to me, but I think this might resonate with some of you. Some of you, maybe not. I never was the kind of guy that was really in the clique in school. I wasn't one of the cool guys, I guess. Now, I played sports and I was on, all the football teams and stuff. I was kind of known as the country guy that lived out in the sticks because that's what we were. We raised chickens and lived on a farm, and I might come to school sometimes not smelling exactly like, Old Spice deodorant, if you know what I mean. So I wasn't really in a clique. And a lot of times when I went to a church, it felt like a clique, just to be honest. As a kid, sometimes it felt like a clique. And then after I got older and I started my own family, I'm like, well, I had to get my family back in the church. Well, it kind of felt like a clique. And I don't like that. I never have liked it. Still don't like it. It wasn't until I got, I guess, totally broken, I guess. I've talked about my issues that I've had in my past here on this channel. Um, I know that we all have them, but I was facing it all on my own. I felt like I could fix it on my own, and everything I'd worked toward, I felt like I gained it on my own. But then, you know what? I lost it on my own. And God was there all the way. I didn't even really realize that. I didn't understand free will. And I'll talk more about that in other videos because there's just a lot to say there. That's a big hurdle once you get to the point to where you understand free will. Those of you who do, feel free to comment and let me know Those of you who don't, just hang on because we're going to talk more about that in future videos. But once I started understanding free will and and how God operated, and then once I got to where I spent enough time in Scripture that I strengthened my own spirit, and then I could start hearing God. Then I could start seeing God in not almost, everything. I could see Him in a sunrise and a sunset. I could see Him in my quiet moments. I could see Him when I was out hunting, when I was out fishing. I could see Him while I was working. It got to the point where He's the last thing I could see before I fell asleep, and He's the first thing I'd talk to when I woke up. When that happened, it changed for me. And I understood uh, that there is no way that God is not real, because He revealed Himself to me once I was ready to walk and accept that path. He was there the whole time. It was all on me. So with that, I vow to stay humble in my walk. I don't ever want to get out of line, and I pray that I don't with anyone, and and make anyone feel like I'm holier than thou, to coin a phrase that you've heard a lot. I want to stay humble, and I want to love the Lord, and I want to love you, and I want to help others like me that struggle with that whole process, that didn't grow up with it, didn't understand it, still trying to understand more. That's who I'm talking to right now. And if that's you, you found the right spot. And I've got subscribers. I'm approaching 1,000 subscribers on my new little old channel, and I couldn't thank you guys and gals anymore. Um, we're out praying for people. If you need prayer, feel free, drop us a comment. I'll be glad to pray for you, and I definitely will pray for you. That's the main reason why I've got this channel out there, praying for you. To be perfectly honest, it strengthens my spirit also. We can help each other. It means the world to me to be able to do it, and I'm glad to do it. Um, I've had people, reach out to me on, and I'm trying to figure all this out. There's a thing called super thanks. I didn't even know that was a thing. There's a thing called super thanks on YouTube, and people are buying me, coffees and whatnot. I'm humbled by that. Please know you don't have to. I'm not going to say no if that blesses you, and you want to tithe that way. I'm not going to stop your blessing, because I understand what tithing is about too. We'll talk about that in future videos. But just know that you guys subscribing and watching and commenting, most importantly praying for each other, that's all. That's more than enough. More than enough. And I'm humbled by it, and I'm thankful for it. God is definitely real. 100%. You can put that in the book. I'll stand on that, and I will never back down from it. I'm 100% convinced. I've done a lot of things in my life. I'm prior military. I've traveled the world. I've seen a lot. I really have. And again, that's not bragging. That's just telling you. And there's a bunch of you out there. I know there's a lot of vets watching me too. You know what I'm talking about. You've experienced things, and some real things that hit hard. Um, I'm telling you, God is as real as those things. And if you're trying to make it without Him, I pray for you. I did it way too long, and not anymore. I'm walking with God every day, and I'm here to help you do that too. Just know that I love you. I'll pray for you. Drop me a line, drop me a comment. If you have a praise report, I would love to hear that, and maybe even share it. If you share a praise report on here with me, please let me know if it's okay if I share it out. I won't share your name or anything like that, but I just want people to know that good things are happening for us. Thank God. I love you. Pappy knows. Checking out.